Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of the Pipala Show. We're without Shide on this episode, but he's here in spirit. Folks, this is crazy and a little bit cringy too, because I respect Kanye West a lot, very much. However, I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's promoting Vultures 3. I don't know if he's promoting his upcoming album, Bully with Travis Scott. But I will say this once, okay? He went viral on Twitter. He paraded around the Grammys celebration, the red carpet at the Grammys, right, with his new wife Bianca Censori, and he forced her once again to be nude in public, and this time it was full nude, nipple and all. And it's like people online are saying this, and I echo this sentiment too. You're too old to be doing this, man. Like, I get it. Like, you're walking around with the Hennessy bottle. You're around 30, and you go, Taylor Swift, whatever. But Beyonce, I get that. But you're damn near 50. You're approaching 50. I think he's like 47, 48. And I respect Kanye so much, very much. I love Kanye. All of the work that he's put out. I like the Vultures album too, to an extent. But man, I'm gonna play as much as I can for you because it's just really disgusting, man. It's really disgusting because look at so here's his wife. We'll play this for you. So they're doing the thing. They said open the shoulder, and that's as much as I'll play. And then so Kanye and his wife Bianca Censori, I guess he instructed her beforehand, but she takes it off, and that's it. So she takes off her fur jacket or fur coat, and she's completely nude. And it's like, the amount of times, this is like the 5th or 6th time now that they've had a public thing where Kanye West is parading, or Ye is parading his new wife around completely naked in public. And I saw this too on Twitter. And I echo this sentiment as well. It's like, I have seen this woman naked more times without my consent than any other time. It's just so crazy to me. I thought Kanye went on this Christian thing. That's the whole reason Donda. And another thing too. You make this album, Donda, this Christian album, right, to the point where everybody that was working on it, you specifically told them, do not have premarital sex while you're working on this album. Like, that's how sacred this thing is. And then you go and pull a public spat like this. Like, I don't understand what this even is. There was the one where he was walking around and she had the string bikini, whatever, in the fashion store. There was the public spat in Prague, I believe, where he had his pants down. They caught him, they kicked him out of the boat. He was getting head by her. It's just, you're too old to be doing this, man. You have 4 kids. With obviously Kim Kardashian, but you have 4 kids. The art right now, the art for what you've been putting out, and like I said, I like Vultures 1, Vultures 2. Not all of it, but some of the songs I vibe with, and I'm excited for Bully. Not so much Vultures 3. But the art isn't necessarily, I don't think the art is good enough anymore where you can continue to do this, you know? So it just put a bad taste in my mouth, dude, because you don't need a public spat. You don't need another one. There's no reason for that. I just don't understand what the point is. You're 46, 47, you're almost 50, you have 4 kids. There is no reason to go around. By the way, this is the picture. This is the picture right here. Of Kanye, and obviously his wife Bianca Censori is she's covered. She's covered here. But it's weird. What do you guys in the comments think? Is this not weird? Is this not weird? You're damn near 50. You're parading your new wife around completely naked. Just another thing people were talking about is this a humiliation ritual? This could seriously be a humiliation ritual. You know, Kanye loves to talk about how he's not a part of the Illuminati anymore. But then he goes and pulls shit like this. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense to me at all. I don't get it. Why would you humiliate your wife? Your wife. Why would you humiliate your wife? I just don't understand. Look at this, man. That's what it is. But Kanye was not only in the news this week for that. He had a lot of other things. So this all started, he had one of his infamous Twitter meltdowns over the past couple days, and if you guys haven't seen it, it definitely deserves a lot of attention. So it all started with one tweet for Kanye West, now known as Ye. So he's been tweeting a bunch of pictures about him and Bianca, but we're not focusing on those. I want to go all the way back because this Twitter firestorm started with one tweet about Kamala Harris. Here we go. So the Kamala Harris tweet was deleted, but he said, I wanted to fuck Kamala before the election. After she lost, I didn't want to fuck her anymore because I'd only fuck winners. I don't fuck losers. His quote, not mine. So, starts over here with this quote, and I've liked some of them. The world is so lucky to have me. And so you knew it was going to be a legendary meltdown, a legendary Twitter meltdown. Or not even a Twitter meltdown, just a legendary Twitter storm from Kanye. Next up, calling X Twitter is like calling Kanye Ye, or calling Ye Kanye. I've done it many times. I apologize. I don't want to hear nobody call Twitter Twitter. I mean X. Don't call X Twitter. So continuing on, right? I speak in third person from now on. This is not a clone, or is it? Damn, just warming up. I'm rich. I can say whatever the F I want. I do this for the broke me. Shout out, broke me. This one's for you. And then he goes, Shalom. This is funny. This is funny. So then he continued on after the Shalom tweet. How'd you know it was really me? Did I spelt something wrong? F reading and anyone who can do it. The Democrats made me take the loser post down. No, I'm kidding. They don't control black people no more. Trump for life. So he's back on the Trump train. Kanye is back on the Trump train, I guess. I risked my life to wear a red hat. Then he turned it black. That's funny. Whatever. Hey kids. Twitter's a great way to express yourself and crash 3 companies at once. Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. And then the Grammy party, and then this one, Taylor Swift, the only person Kanye's wants. So after that, he posted a bunch of pictures, which I'm not gonna record on here. A bunch of pictures of him and his new wife, Bianca Censori, nude. And it's like, once again, man, you are too old to be doing this. You're too old. I don't support it. And I've had Kanye's back through a lot. I just don't really think that this is healthy. You know? This isn't something that a father of 4 should be doing. Just my opinion, obviously. You can comment below what you think. By the way, give the channel a sub. I know I'm not talking in a loud enough tone, but it's a little bit late. This news just broke. I don't want to wake anybody up here, but like, look at this, man. It's very frustrating because you hate to see somebody that you've looked up to for a very long time. You hate to see somebody like that fall. And obviously Kanye, he has his issues. We all know his issues. But it's really sad, man, because I love this guy. I love the art that he's put out. I am generally a fan, and it makes me so sad to see everything that's going on with him. I mean, truthfully, everything that's going on with Kanye, it makes me so sad. Because I know, he's hurting. He's hurting with the loss of his mother, and obviously being divorced from Kim and not being able to see his 4 kids. You get that, and he might be the greatest artist of all time. But just, why are you doing this? There's no reason. We don't want to see your wife nude. It's obviously humiliating. It doesn't look like she wants to do that. Come on, man. It makes me sad for, I don't know, at a certain point, it's like, what are we doing? You know? That's all I'll say about that. It's just frustrating to see your idols get older and when they start to fall apart. I don't know, man. That's tragic. Anyway, speaking of somebody that fell, speaking of an idol that fell, so Ben Shapiro, over the past year and a half, ever since October 7th, has been on a crusade against Hamas and the Palestinian people. And while different people have different opinions on that, fine. And we're not going to discuss those opinions here. But Tucker Carlson took a very interesting turn. Tucker Carlson has over the past year and a half, completely hammered down the point of America first, non-interventionalist, right? Complete, just taking that stance completely. And so what he said in a Piers Morgan interview recently on Twitter was very, very interesting. And he called Ben Shapiro out basically for worshiping the killing of Palestinian civilians, whether or not they were Hamas or not. It didn't matter. So listen to what Tucker has to say, and then we will talk about it.
If you're intentionally killing civilians, you probably shouldn't beat your chest and brag about it. You know, maybe you could make the
I agree
case,
with that.
Maybe you make the case that we had to do it or whatever, but you should.
I agree.
You should weep, and that's evil, and you should just say it's evil. And I know it's really threatening to.
Is it evil, though?
Ben Shapiro to say that or whatever, but
Is it evil?
to kill civilians on purpose? Yeah, it is. I think it is.
Really?
Kids and children. Well, how is it not, actually?
In a war?
Well, you can call it whatever you want. How is it right to kill women and children?
I didn't say, well, because I think there is a moral right behind you if you are literally...
To kill women and children?
If there's a world war that threatens the entire... If it threatens the entire world? Yes.
Some people killed your kids, like your 8-year-old? Like,
well,
how
your
is
own
that
children,
morally justifiable?
Well, because actually you have to... Well, by your criteria...
It's disgusting.
Okay, it's nothing's... So no war is morally justified.
I mean, I think it's pretty hard to justify. I mean, yeah, I'm
Any
sure.
war.
You know, a pure defensive action, sure. But all I'm saying, look, it's all ugly. It's all hard to stomach. I've actually seen some of it up close. Super ugly.
You can say that. You can say you hate it.
May I
But the fact you quibble with it being morally justified.
To intentionally kill non-combatants, women and children, I think we can say that's wrong. In fact,
he's right. He's right. There is no reason why, and my position on this has evolved over time. Like I said, I don't know everything, but I know what I hear Ben Shapiro say. And I'm somebody that was a big fan of Ben Shapiro, especially growing up. Like, if you're a Gen Z male, pretty much you have been a fan of Ben Shapiro. You've been graced with his content here or there. You see the viral video of him talking to, I believe, the trans person's name is Zoe Turner. I could be wrong. But the trans helicopter pilot, right? He's got the back and forth in that roundtable interview, and Ben fails to recognize the trans woman as a woman, calls him a man, and then the trans person says, well, you better watch out or you'll go home in a hospital. And Ben's obviously, well, you don't go home in a hospital. A viral moment. And viral debating moments over the years, but ever since October 7th, Ben has taken a turn, and it's the new form of censorship on the right. We've talked about this on this show previously, and we will continue to do so going forward as long as it is an issue. I don't think that Ben Shapiro should be actively hounding for the death of innocent civilians in Palestine, innocent civilians in Gaza. I just don't think that's good. It makes me uncomfortable because this is somebody that I respected the opinion of for a long time and I listened to for a long time. I've since unsubscribed from the Daily Wire, unsubscribed from Ben Shapiro on their YouTube. I just don't like it, and he doesn't care. And so here's something that is also very interesting. So this is CEO of Daily Wire, Jeremy Boring. He responded to Tucker Carlson, saying that Ben Shapiro wants the death of innocent civilians in Gaza. Anyone still blind to what Tucker is doing is willingly so. He isn't hiding it. Jeremy's referring to Tucker being a Nazi, probably. When a man has worse things to say about Winston Churchill and Ben Shapiro than Vladimir Putin, a Nazi apologist, he's making his position pretty clear. Okay. The jury's out on Winston Churchill, if we're completely honest. If you look at before Winston Churchill took power in Europe to after, you look at all the land that Europe had before Winston Churchill took power, and after, it was literally only the UK. Like, that was in the parts of that's it. Begs the question, the jury's still out on Churchill. And Ben Shapiro too, obviously. Like, so the Daily Wire CEO, Jeremy Boring, he attacked Tucker Carlson for objecting to Israel's intentional killing of civilians in Gaza and questioning post-war consensus about Churchill. These people, all these people are the cancel culture of the right. That's what it's been. And it's very frustrating because for a decade, I would like to say, for a decade, Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire have spearheaded the anti-cancel culture movement on the right, bringing awareness to, mostly back when X was Twitter, when conservative speech was being censored on Twitter. This is something that was real. This is something that they were bringing awareness to and were mostly able to stop it. But now it's turned the other way. Every time you criticize Israel for anything, they call you anti-Semitic. And it's not okay. So Tucker pointing something out, objectively going against the power structure on the right, I think it's commendable. I don't agree with what Israel's doing 100%. Yes, I think they should go after Hamas. It's a terrorist organization, but you don't have to kill everybody. And the way Ben Shapiro talks about these people, when Ben talks about these people, he talks about these people like they're all part of Hamas, even the women and the children. And it's just, I don't know, man. It makes me feel uncomfortable. But one more thing about Ben. Let's be honest here. This is Ben mocking Jesus Christ. Okay, this is Ben mocking our Lord and Savior. Just to be very clear on what side he's on. He goes right here. Elisha Krauss wins with this comment on Jesus' hands up, don't shoot pose. It should be hands up, don't nail. And obviously this is a stained glass image of Jesus Christ. He said it should be hands up, don't nail. That's very ignorant. And this is his, just to be clear, this is Ben. 7.6 million followers. This is Ben. This is his real account. This is something he really did on September 29th, 2014. He goes right here. Elisha is a religious Christian. It is a joke. You don't joke about this stuff, though. That's the thing. And so that's how you know he doesn't take us seriously. He talks about Judeo-Christian values all the time, as if we're supposed to be partnered up with each other. But when you have views like this, when you disrespect the whole purpose of Christianity, it's blasphemy, and it's not something that should be taken lightly. You're not on our side. So that's all I have to say about that. I mean, Tucker's right, dude. I really don't like the war-mongering stances that Ben has taken ever since October 7th, and I get it. He's Jewish, and Israel is a second home to him. He goes to Israel, multiple times a year. He talks about, but I just don't think that advocating for the death of everybody in Gaza, regardless of if they're children, if they're women, I don't think that's a good idea. I just don't. And you could be both things too. You could say that Israel should defend itself from terrorists, but the overcorrection, it's a slippery slope, and I encourage everybody to do your research when you invest your money and you invest your time in following these political commentators. Even myself, I don't know what I am, but do your research. I don't know, man. It's a little bit crazy, because once again, just like Kanye. You talk about your heroes, and you talk about people that you've respected. In Ben's case, I've been following him since like 2014, 2015, maybe a little bit earlier. Maybe when I was like in 8th grade. It's like 2013-ish. But it's very disappointing. I don't know. I love talking about, or listening to him talk about life advice. I think that's one of his really, really good traits is his life advice. But just when it came to Israel stuff, man, I can't get down with that. I can't. I don't know. But all right, we have a funny story to transition here. We have a funny story. And it's not funny because of the victims, but it's funny because the person who was accused of all this. So you guys know Justin Tucker, the best kicker in the NFL, universal good guy, never had a bad PR image to my knowledge until now. Universal good guy to the point where he makes the sign of the cross. He makes the sign of the cross before every field goal kick, every extra point. It doesn't matter. Well, Justin Tucker has been accused of disturbing sexual misconduct by 6 massage therapists. Move over Deshaun Watson. There's a new sheriff in town, and he's white. It says right here, Ravens kicker Justin Tucker is alleged to have engaged in inappropriate behavior, which included exposing his penis and brushing it against 2 massage therapists and potentially leaving ejaculate on massage tables, according to 6 massage therapists around Baltimore. What? Tucker is claimed to have demonstrated such behavior at 4 high-end spas and wellness centers from 2012 to 16. So he's gotten better. And management for 2 spas banned him from returning, per the report. What? He denied the allegations in a statement posted to X after the story's publication Thursday afternoon. He tweeted, "The allegations in the Baltimore Banner article about me are unequivocally false. Throughout my career as a professional athlete, I have always sought to conduct myself with the utmost professionalism. I have never before been accused of misconduct of any kind. He makes the sign of the cross before he kicks. And I've never been accused of acting inappropriately in front of any massage therapist or during a massage therapy session or during other body work. I have never received any complaints from a massage therapist, have never been dismissed from a massage therapy or bodywork session, and have never been told that I was not welcome at any spa or other place of business. Man, I don't know. I don't know. Move over to Sean Watson, because if it wasn't clear enough with him, whoever's accusing Justin Tucker is going to get money. It's going to be interesting. Universal good guy Justin Tucker. Imagine that. Six massage therapists. I bet more come forward. I bet more definitely come forward. That's so crazy. Universal good guy makes the sign of the cross before he kicks his field goals. No problems before this. So it could be fake. But it begs the question. And this is something that you don't think I'm going to ask. It begs the question, who is directing these players to go to the massage therapist sessions? Or, furthermore, what is in the air at these massage parlors? All you have to do is stay on your stomach. Just don't turn over. It's that simple. Don't succumb to the peer pressure, or in this case, don't succumb to the penis pressure. That's just it. Don't. You don't need to do that. You're going to get yourself into trouble. Or, once again, do it at the team facility. Get a massage by the trainers at the team facility. This just doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you put yourself in that situation? Why? Justin Tucker's a family man, I think. Deshaun Watson is obviously not a family man. These are two different scenarios, but it's just very odd. It's very weird. Obviously, we hope that this isn't true, but if it is true, we hope the victims get justice. But it's a weird situation. Really weird. Like I said, universal good guy Justin Tucker, who makes the sign of the cross before field goals and extra points. A little bit weird. We'll see if those allegations stay, but it'll be very interesting. We're gonna go to politics. Actually, no, we're not. We have one thing to talk about before we do inevitably go to politics, because it is coming. I haven't watched the NBA religiously in since before COVID. I haven't really watched the NBA religiously since before COVID. But boy, am I going to be watching now. LeBron James' newest potential Hall of Fame teammate, Luka Doncic. So last night at, I'd like to say midnight in Ohio, Luka Doncic got traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, a pick, I think one of the bench players for the Lakers, and then Utah Jazz. It was a 3-team deal. But holy shit. First off, I will now be watching the NBA religiously again. This is crazy. This is very crazy. And I'm going to pull up right now the technical details of the trade, because I know that there are a couple things that I am forgetting. But holy shit. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody was even talking about it. He wasn't even being shopped. Like, Luka wasn't even being shopped. And apparently this was very low-key. This was done in a matter of 3 weeks. Holy shit. What does this mean now? Is LeBron going to stay in LA? I think he has to stay now. He has Luka Doncic. Now, there were reports. We have to discuss this. There were reports of Luka getting to 270 pounds. And he's out right now. He's been injured, I think, for the last month and a half. But still, when he gets healthy, when he gets back in a month or so, I don't know, man. So here's the breaking news. So Shams reported it, and everybody thought that it was fake, and then he had to quote it and say, no, this is real. The Dallas Mavericks are trading Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. So, like, nothing that would help them soon. The 3-team deal includes Utah. Holy shit. So what's going to happen now? LeBron's 40, and he's talking about maybe this would be his last year. He'll probably go like 2 more realistically. He can definitely play until he's 45, 46 like Brady. I think so. But holy shit. So what's going to happen now? Realistically. Let's be realistic. Can we do that on the show? I think we could be realistic. Folks, this in terms of the Jordan argument, it gives the Jordan fans more fuel to the fire, because how many Hall of Fame teammates does LeBron have? Has he had? Either current or future Hall of Famers. Nobody on the first Cavs stint. Not even Big Z. It's not happening. Nobody. But then you got D-Wade. You got Chris Bosh. You got Ray Allen. There's 3. Okay. And that Heat team, those Heat teams were really good. Really good. But just 3. Still, a lot. You have a second Cavs stint. You have Kyrie, Kevin Love. 5 right there. And then if you want to get to the technical term, I don't think that Darren Williams is going to be a Hall of Famer. He teeters. He was on the Cavs, obviously, for a little bit. Same with Isaiah Thomas. I don't think he'll be a Hall of Famer. So right now we're counting 5. Then we go to the Lakers. Anthony Davis, number 6. Dwight Howard, number 7. Everybody else is borderline. And then right here, now you get to Luka Doncic, number 8. So that's 8 Hall of Famers that LeBron's played with. Currently for Jordan, I think he's only played with 3 or 4. But you're talking about 8. Shit. Whoops. 8. What? I'm just saying, man. The Jordan people that said, oh, yeah, all Michael needed was Scottie. But yeah, he got 6 chips. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, though. I'm very excited to watch. I cannot wait to watch the NBA again. And actually, this is my conspiracy. I think, because everybody was talking about the David Stern trade and how Lakers tried to trade for Kobe. They tried to trade Gasol, and with the 3-team deal, it never worked. But they wanted Kobe wanted the deal to have them trade for Chris Paul, and it didn't go through because David Stern didn't let it go through. They were talking like, this compared to that, this is so much more overpowered. Like the Lakers are getting so much more for what they're giving away. And I have a theory. If you recall, a couple weeks ago, we reported that NBA ratings have been down 48% in the last 12 years. Adam Silver did a bunch of public interviews to kind of talk about what they have planned next. And it's very interesting because he was talking about different ways to get viewership up, even talking about eliminating the corners from X amount of minutes, 12 minutes, to, okay, let's make it 10. And he's just talking about ways. Like, he doesn't want to make a 4-point line, but he's talking about ratings in particular. He doesn't really care about the in-game experience when you're there, which is interesting. My prediction, my theory, is that he pushed this thing through to get people to have all of their eyes on the Lakers and get viewership up, because that's the most popular brand. It is. Globally and domestically, the Lakers are the Cowboys of the NBA. They are the most popular brand. And what happens when that most popular brand is not only good, but you have LeBron James, who best basketball player of the past 20 years. And then you have Luka Doncic, who's still only 25 and has the potential to be the best basketball player in the next 10 years. If he's not already. People say he arguably is, but he's top 5 at least. But it's crazy. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I root for them. I'll be watching them. I know a lot of other people will be watching them too. I'm excited. I can't wait. I think Adam Silver, though, he he definitely was behind the scenes pulling strings, right? He had to be. He had to be. Speaking of pulling strings, we're talking about Diddy again, folks, because something else has happened now. Anything that happens with Diddy, we cover on the show because it gets views. But what happened with Sean Diddy Combs? Well, he has been transferred from his jail cell to a hospital for an MRI with no clear reason given for the move. Listen to this. His transport took place after dark to remain inconspicuous as they aimed to avoid drawing attention from other inmates or prison staff. Rumors are circulating with possibilities ranging from a prison fight to an unexpected health emergency. He has AIDS. Can that be one of the things? His trial, scheduled for May 5th, will tackle charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. Will he have an unexpected death like Jeffrey Epstein? I don't know. I mean, we predicted this back in whenever this shit went down originally. I predicted this back last year in like March, and then again when his house got raided. First off, what was he taken to the hospital for? I think that he was getting a little freaky, and he wanted to see what the prison men would have to offer, and maybe he got a little bit carried away, and his maybe he couldn't sit down. Maybe that was a thing. I don't know, because he is like that. We've heard the leaked audio from him and Meek Mill, if it is real. But I don't know, man. Is he gonna have another an Epstein moment? I personally hope not. And you shouldn't either. Obviously, terrible guy, but nobody should want this, because if Diddy goes, they take Diddy. I don't think we're ever gonna truly find out about what the Hollywood satanic cabal really was capable of. Realistically, I mean, I really don't think. I think if Diddy goes down, I think he goes down, and everything else goes down too. Like, you're not gonna hear any information unless somehow the Trump administration, like they've been talking about, they want to release all the Diddy files. We'll see if that's a load of crap or if it has substance. We'll see. But it's very interesting, very intriguing, and obviously you feel for everybody, all the victims involved. But quite crazy stuff. We're in a trade war now with Canada and Mexico. We're in a tariff war. What's going on there? I don't know. Canadians are talking shit. They're booing the national anthem in Canada at the NHL games, and it's just so funny because we own them. What does Canada do better than the United States? Mexico, I won't even acknowledge. China, we put the 10% tariffs on them. Whatever fentanyl's coming into our country from their country, that is what it is. My predictions. Here are my predictions for all of the aftermath with these tariffs. We're going to win. The U.S. is going to be the best yet again. We're going to prevail because we now finally have a strong leader. Imagine that, Canada. Imagine that. You survived this long with your leader who was dancing with drag queens in the street a couple of months ago for the Pride parades. Congratulations. Also has done blackface. We can acknowledge that. We're not going to pull it up. I'm not going to pull it up here. But he has done blackface. And Mexico has a president who's a woman. I guess she has a good approval rating, whatever it is, but they're not a good country either. Still a third world country, and it will continue to be a third world country. China, we're going to be competitive with them, probably going to settle something relatively soon, because Trump loves Xi for some reason. He does like strong leaders, but it is interesting. It's very interesting. I think we're going to come out victorious, obviously. Go USA. Canada, good luck. We're going to turn you into a third world country, so you can continue to boo our national anthem all you want, but you will be the 51st state. That's just how it is. Even if I don't really like it, it's just how it's going to be. This is what happens when you vote for shitty people and shitty policies. It's a little bit shorter of an episode this time. I'm trying to find a good story to close us out with. Has it been entertaining or has it just been bland? you know, because I really do try to do my best here on the solo episodes. You know, we're trying. We're not trying to get in trouble either. That's the thing. Last episode got banned because we were talking about jabs. Shall I talk about this one? All right, so RFK had his confirmation hearing for Health and Human Services Secretary to see if he is going to get voted in. We haven't seen that yet. However, he got grilled by Bernie Sanders for an extended period of time, and in one particular scenario, he called Bernie Sanders out for receiving money from Big Pharma. What? Regardless if this is true or not, I want to play this video for you guys, and then we could talk about it, but it's very funny to clap back.
Guaranteed, do what every other major country does. It's a simple question.
And by the way, Bernie, the problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies, it's in Congress too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
Oh, no,
and protecting their interests.
Oh, I thought that would come. No. I ran for president like.
You gotta admire just the way that Bernie was. Oh no. It's just he's such a meme. It's just funny, man. I like a lot of what Bernie stands for. He got screwed in 2016 and 2020, and he's still stuck by the machine that screwed him over. I just that is what it's gonna. Let's see what he responds with.
Like you. I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
In 2020, you were the single largest
because I had
receiver of pharmaceutical money.
Why are they yelling like that?
From workers all over this country. Workers,
you were the
not a nickel from corporate PACs.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in
1.5 million.
Yeah, out of 200 million. All right, but you have not answered.
Okay. So Kyle Kulinski was pissed off about that. He said that RFK was lying. And I think Kyle Kulinski's a crybaby in some certain scenarios. But others he's good. I don't know. Is that true? Can people in the comments, like right here in the comments, can you tell me if that's true or not? Did he really accept $1.5 million from Big Pharma in donations? I would like to know. Because like I said, man, I'm a big fan of RFK. Nobody else talks about what he talks about, and I'm not even talking about the vaccine stuff. I'm talking about like just chronic obesity, chronic health in this country is drastically going down, and he's the only buddy that's talking about it, and the only buddy that seems to want to do something about it. So I don't know. I hope that's not true about Bernie. I don't agree with the socialism shit, but I agree with a lot of where he wants to take America. It's just about how we're gonna get there. That's all it is. So that's the show. That's it. It's all we're doing. If this was a little boring, I apologize. But we've been, we're just trying to grow. We're doing well, and I appreciate your continued support. So if you guys could just give the video a like in the comment, a sub, watch all our other stuff too, because we really do have engaging content, I think, for the most part. But yeah, so don't be like Kanye. Definitely don't be like Kanye. Respect your wife. You don't have to humiliate your wife. Definitely don't do what he's doing. We wish him well. We hope that he gets the help he needs. And yeah. So respect women. It's a different message for the show. Respect women. We'll see ya.